Yes, back again. Motown Philly back again with a little cartoonist swing. Coffee break with JN and the caffeines. You know who you are. Caffeine's going off. Not too hard, not too soft. Well, hello, you guys. Well, hello, and welcome back to your favorite program, your favorite internet program, Coffee Break with JN. I am your humble servant. Nah, scratch that. I am your kind of humble host, Jamar Nicholas. Well, hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Let me get my lights right. Light bright. Making Johns with light. Hello. Guys, where you at? Let me hear you. I hope you're here. Sue says Leon Merch looks sweet. Yes. Even sweeter when it's on your person, Sue's Waringo. Go cop shirts, please. I dropped a new thing in there. I have the ampersand John, like the Beatles, like the Paul and Ringo and George. Not that Ringo uh, shirt, but it says Leon and Carlos and Clementine and Chalmers on it. You should go cop that. If you don't know where to cop the gear, let me know and I will hook you up. Let me clear the decks. Guys, I need that energy tonight, you guys. My audience is kind of small, pause, because as it would be, as it so happens, is that right as I started this fine program, the debate started. So I know I can't get in the way of politics. If that's what you need to be diverting your attention to, I understand. This is the distraction hour. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm not going to do it tonight because the debate's on. Come on. I kind of lean into a place where I feel like all this stuff is kind of like different wing. I like this, like separate wings on the same bird. But I also know that where we are in the world is very tumultuous. So it's my $5 word for the night. But I'm here to distract you, y'all. Tell him, Jeff. No debate about it. Jamar is the best. I'll take that. The dog thinks so as well. Very cool. All right, so let's see who's here. Let's do that roll call. Check in. Check, check, check. Yo, I see Suze. What up, Suze? We already saw Suze. Spoke to Suze. Hello, Suze. Duke, yo, Joe. Guys, just tell you that like I get nothing from this. The GI Joe Kickstarter just ended. They had, I think it was north of $3.5 million. How ridiculous is that? So yeah, good on them. I hope Larry Hammond sees some of that. And so that's cool. But I see Duke. Hold on, I'm a little distracted today, you guys. Hello, Duke. Yo, I call Shogun. Hello, Shogun. Good to see you. Yo, Ronaldo. Yeah. What up, Ronaldo? Sticker the planet. Host taste. Hashtag host taste. I see. No, notorious JRD. Yo, the mainstays, the cornerstones of the caffeines. You know who you are, caffeine. Are up in here tonight. Well, I don't want to tease it. Caffeines, you know who you are, caffeine. Friends, regulars. Oh, coffee break with JN. Well, hello, JRD. How goes it? Let me see who else is in here. Yo, I see our good new friend Joseph. Hello, Joseph. I saw you last night on a very lovely pencil to pencil episode with one of our superstar cartoonist friends, Dan Parent. Yes, that Dan Parent from Archie. Dan kind of messed me up when he was like, "Yo, I've been at Archie for 38 years." I'm like, "Oh, word." But you know what? Time marches on. So Joseph, tell us. I've seen you around a little bit. Tell us how you stumbled across our uh, fair channel and are now kind of slowly becoming one of us, part of the JNN Jamar Nicholas Network. So spill, why don't you? I see Matt. Hello, Matt. Matt and Suze are checking in for the Ringo Dynasty. They are like family to me. Suze peeped at school once with that square pizza. Yeah, that I had taken. Look at my grammar. Speaking about school, look at my language. Um, and it's funny. Every time I get on coffee break, all of a sudden people want to blow me up. Like, don't you know we're alive? We got the red light in the back. Red light special pause. We're on brand tonight. Got the coffee break with JN. Lay up on. Come on. And you got the nerve to text me now. You should be watching this. But yeah, so that let me see if I can find it. That pizza um, was that's not clip art. That's not a Getty image. I was at a school visit and they had me stay for lunch, and the principal comes down, and that's still really wild to me that when I come to a lot of these schools, like the brass are there because this is a big deal. There's an author in the building, and the principal comes down with his walkie, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm with the guest. Oh, Mr. Nicholas, we're so happy that you're here. This is great. Hey, you hungry? Yeah, that's my secret cap. I'm always hungry. Hey, would you like to? Can I walk you to the cafeteria, show you our facilities? I'm the administrator of this facility. That's what I should have said after he said that. We go to the cafeteria. Joe, it was pizza day. Wait a minute, I remember it was the middle of the week, but I think that maybe they made that pizza especially for me. I had to cop it. I don't even think I ate it, you guys. I think I was too busy taking pictures of it. But yes, school lunch with that awesome pizza. That was fun. Did I say hello to everybody? Oh, I see more people in here. Billy Bob, what up, Billy Bob? Good to see you. Billy Bob, you were MVP last night on Pencil to Pencil. I hope you enjoyed. Billy Bob, tell us what you thought of Pencil to Pencil last night. Seemed like you had a good time. Did you learn anything? Was that good edutainment for you? Uh, let's see who else is here. I saw Jeff. What up, Jeff? Yeah, Muncie, I see you in the building. Jeff is a fantastic human being. If you ever find yourself in Indiana, no doubt about it, you gotta go peep. Oh yeah, Muncie. Billy Bob says, gladly accepting the distraction hour. We go by many names. The Gen X hour. Um, I like distraction television, but it's good distraction. This isn't like this is all killer, no filler. Yeah, I see my man Bill. What up, Bill? Good to see you, brother. Love me some Bill O'Donnell. Tell Drea I said hello. Good to see you. Duke on that Kickstarter says, man, I want a Kickstarter that raises even a fraction of that money. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, but again, that just shows you the strength of nostalgia. And oh man, if you like nostalgia, boy, are you in for a treat tonight. All right, let's see anybody else. A whole lot of superstars up in here. Matt Waringo says Sicilian pizza out of school. That was all we had, bro. They didn't have. Well, I don't know what kids get these days, but they didn't have circle pies. It was all Sicilian. Billy Bo says I received my stuff in the mail. Thanks, JN. Yo, thank you for participating. Um, people may say a lot of things about me, but one thing I am not is I'm not. I'm not always good with getting things in the mail, but when I do, I try to make it worth your while. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you. Jared D says, "Hey, Kenny Bunkport, Kenny Bunk, Kenny Bunkport's kind of off duty tonight because I'm kind of like, I'm on the low low." But nobody said anything about my hookup last night on Pencil to Pencil. Got the fresh jacket on with the you know what I mean coming out the pocket. No love on the stream. I got no love. But somebody was like, "Yo, Someone's like, "Yo, Steve Conley, I like your shirt or whatever." I put on a jacket. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to do better than that. Yo, Jojo Yizzo, what is up? I see you. I see you. Good job. Billy Bob says, Pencil last night was great. I've always loved the style of the Archie comics, and Dan was great too. Yes, Dan Parent is an institution up on upon himself, or however you say that. Fun energy for him. That's wild because not to be telling all his business, but my man was sick. He's getting over the vid. He put it out there at the end of the show. But he rallied. He put on his big boy pants, and he did the thing. So good on him. Right, dude? You saw the disrespect. I was looking crispy on the stream. I got no love from y'all. How dare you? Dude says, but you know what? I like your shirt, JN. It makes me think of the old school NWO Wolfpack logo. Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack. I'm not going to talk too much about wrestling tonight, but that's right. For life. Too sweet. Um, I'm not going to talk too much about wrestling, but I'm kind of excited, you guys. Later on in the summer, at the end of the summer, me and one of my wrestling buddies, like not the squeezable doll, but one of my buddies that I used to go to the matches with. I used to go every month to the ECW arena. Oh my god! We would go there, and that was back. Remember, I'm from Philly. Philly's a city of firsts, even though I think there's a city that's called the city of first. Philadelphia's always been a hotbed of professional wrestling, going all the way back to the Civic Center with Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair tore the house down in the early 80s. ECW at yes, it was a bingo hall, the Viking Hall, Alhambra Arena, or whatever they call it this week, 2300 Arena. It's still standing, even though it probably should have burned down several times. It's still standing, and it's kind of like an international travel spot for wrestling fans because they do a lot of kind of what would you call them, like celebrity, almost like a comic con with nothing but like wrestlers. They have names for it, so you can go there and like get figures or get Beulah McGillicuddy to sign something, or there's Tommy Dreamer and RVD, like you know what I mean, like that. I've never been to one of those. A bunch of my buddies go and they'll like get me stuff and bring it back, and I haven't done that. But I think we're gonna go check out NWA, not the world's most dangerous rap group. The National Wrestling Alliance is still around, and this is fun, you guys. I don't know if you knew this. The NWA, like the classic Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff NWA, is now owned by the Smashing Pumpkins' William Corgan. I don't know if you knew that. Billy Corgan's a giant wrestling fan and he owns the NWA. Yo, what up, Gregulator? Yo, sip of coffee to my man Greg Gether. Let me get my Johns up. Greg, good to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you on Coffee Break. Maybe once or twice, but let's do that up. Yo, and shout out to the new mug. Hold on, I can't. There you go. Look, it's the see-through. Now I can't cheat you guys when we do the coffee check. It's kind of hard to see with all this light. There you go. Special delivery from the P and Dubs. Look at that. Hey guys, this is like a double pour in here, and this thing isn't even hardly filled. This is kind of like look at that. I'm trying not to spill it all over my keyboard. Kind of like my coffee hound mug. Given to me by the Waringos. So thank you, P and Dub. Sip of coffee for you for that. So now you guys can watch me drink this. But yeah, Greg knows. Greg, I would see at the matches. Greg, tell them about ECW Live. There were some times we'd be in there. I swear that someone's going to die in there. So you could say whatever, wrestling's fake or whatever, but that's real. So Bill says, I didn't get to my thing, but you get it. I was going to talk about wrestling shirts. One of these days, you got to go to Chiller Theater up in Parsippany in October. So many wrestling folks, indeed less celebrities. Is that kind of like a horror convention? Pause. Would it be funny if people showed up and they're like, "Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. I was here for the, I was here for the horror convention." No, that's something else. That's right. Yeah, tell him that. Gonna be easy to get so much coffee's left. Tell him, tell him, Greg. Oh yeah, the cattle shoot. I thought I was gonna die in the cattle shoot entrance one time. So basically, the way the arena worked is, I think there were two. There's 1.5 entrances into this place, and everybody wrapped around the corner online before they opened, because they didn't open the doors, and people would just be like kind of tailgating under I-95, and it would go so far back it would hit the Foreman Mills store down the street in lovely Swanson and Rittner in South Philadelphia. And you would kind of, once they'd opened the thing, you kind of like got filed in, and we kind of called it the cattle shoot. It was like a giant metal grate. You probably saw Raven throw Tommy Dreamer through it several times. And like there was crushes of people. It could have been a stampede. Like there's so many things that could have happened there. But nice to say that I'm here and we didn't die, right, Greg? Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Paul Pate, we're gonna get to you tonight. I got something for you. Dr. Christie, yo, salute Dr. Christie. Yo, the whole Muncie contingent is here. Hello. So great to see you guys. Now, this is Muncie. This is talking about ECW Arena. Bill, speaking of the horror convention, man, first time I went, my friend talked to Virgil. Rest in peace, Virgil. And if you've ever seen the Lonely Virgil memes, I feel so bad for Virgil. WWF superstar, Virgil, stars, $1 million champion. And it was just Virgil. The dude just would not let us go until we bought something from his table. Just help that man pay for his table. Yeah, it's real. So I'm gonna try to keep this coffee away from me because it's funny. Ever since I got this mug, and thank you, P and Dubs, I feel like I've been drinking coffee faster. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's because I can see it. Um, but yeah, you guys. So let's get into it. It's already a half an hour in, and I know I did 10 minutes for the load, for the PC load letter. Um, so guys, I was thinking about the last coffee break we did. If you remember that, we had a lot of fun, and it's now credited. Yes, Shogun. Now I know exactly how much I'm drinking per sip. I don't know. I'm messing with with the with with the math here. It's not mathing. And there's a couple of people. Well, I guess it's keyed into whatever my algorithm is. Like anytime I go on Instagram, it's a lot. It's a lot of Gen X stuff, and I'm not necessarily searching for it, but I'm almost a little sick of talking about Generation X. I know. Hold the presses. Stop the presses. But I love talking about this stuff with you, but I think it's less of, I talked about this last fortnight, this kind of not gender, generational war, where the Gen Zs or whatever, the Gen Alphas don't understand how we even survived, and Ronaldo will tell you about, you know, again, how I don't know how we survived when we didn't have water when we left the house, right? You didn't have a water bottle. You just went outside. You might have, hit that hose pause, but you weren't like hydrated all the time. But there's a couple, and there's one lady who's on Instagram who's got like a chopped purple hair, pixie cut. The whole thing is like barking at the camera about how we're the forgotten generation, and we're the last generation of kids who basically raised themselves. It was so bad they even had a thing that came on and said it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Which is true. But it's like, all right, we get it. right? We get it. But that won't stop me, dear viewers, for going back into the nostalgia tank. So I'm just going to get started with this, as I think it'll be fun, and I hope you participate, you guys. So a lot of you know that I will never say, you'll never hear me say, I'm a big kid. I don't carry that kind of energy, even though I have lots of things that kind of key into uh, my childhood. Nostalgia is also a giant part of it, but also I don't know. I don't like that big kid energy because it makes it sound like you're not you're not like a grown up. But the bills are grown up, the responsibilities are grown up. But you know what? I don't think I could do what I do if I didn't have that tether to what it was like to be a kid, and even talking about all this stuff. So, one thing I started watching the other day was these reports from the 80s and the 80s and the 90s talking about toy stores, and then we all know that toy stores kind of don't exist the same way they did. So, kind of while I'm prepping this, you guys, I'm sure every one of you had a childhood at some point. So, put in the chat, what was your go-to toy store in your area? I would be surprised if it's a mom and pop toy store because it didn't really work like that. Shout out to Lionel Kitty City. Shout out to Toys R Us. Shout out to KB. Put in the chat where you got toys from. Sometimes it was from the Woolworths, five and dime. There's some people I know, like Target is still kind of new to the East Coast, but I've found out that Target's been around for a long time. I think Target kind of got here in like like the early 90s or something. So yeah, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. Matt said, "All I have is Kmart." Yo, facts. A lot of places just Kmart, right? Like, and to say we're going to the toy store was kind of like a what? Or you only went to the toy store, like you got in the car with your parents and went to the toy store because you're getting somebody else a present. Like we got to go to Jimmy's birthday party and you can't show up empty handed. We got to go get him a present. Well, can I get something? Boy, if you don't, I'm about to start having a flashback. Oh, Sue's put one in there. Yeah, Billy Bob says, those do you know where your children are videos were so creepy. Yo, the 80s was creepy. Greg said KB. Yo, shout out to the toy soldier, KB. The KB I remember going to was always like, oh, always like Vicked up. There was always in the action figure aisle, the bubble things were always popped open and the toys were missing. His kids was always stealing action figures. Oh, Caldor. You know what? I don't remember. Don't recall Caldor when I was a kid. So I never did toy shopping at Caldor. I'm gonna put one in for Clover. Shout out to Strawbridge and Clothier. Billy Bob Toys R Us. Yes. Sue's no toy stores. Probably Kmart or Sears. Shout out to the 69th Street Sears in West Philly, where I got my Atari VCS. I don't even think that. Wait, I don't even think they called it a Atari. It wasn't Atari, but Sears had their own branding of Atari, and I think they called it like the Video Arcade or something like that. I should know this. I'm the video game guy. Yo, Steven, what's up, Steven? You snuck in here. We didn't talk. It's Toys R Us, but I got stuff from Boscov's and Kmart. Love it. Duke says Toys R Us was great, but it was too upscale for a budget. Yo, facts. So I got a lot of my toys from Target, which was Jimco before they went out of business. See, that's that information I needed. And or Kmart. Yeah, Kmart was kind of a go-to. Shogun says Toys R Us. I knew there was a KB in the mall just down from the arcade, but I'll give you one guess which I was more interested in. Pew pew pew. Bill says Toys R Us was a go-to spot for video games, but KB was first spot for action figures. Yeah, you got to go to both of them. Kmart was a lesser-known spot for Star Wars stuff. Yes. Paul Pate, J.C. Penney catalog. Yes, to order electric football teams until Tudor took over. We did have a Toys R Us, but they didn't have electric football. So for some of you guys, and I'm sure everybody watches this show at this point remembers the before times before we had internet. And mail order was real. And trying to like get anything through the mail when you're a kid, you don't have any money, you don't have a checking account, and you probably, if you had money, I would hazard to guess, and I'm not going to put it into the chat, how many times you tried to order something in the mail and it never showed up. That's also a part of living in the 70s and the 80s. As say it was even the Columbia record house or whatever that thing was, where you could get 10 CDs or cassettes for a penny, and you'd like tape a penny to a piece of paper and put it in the thing. What a racket. I forget the markup on that stuff, but it was almost like buying a timeshare. You could never get out of the Columbia house once you go in. Yeah. Yo, Greg says there's a toy store in Mount Airy, Philly. Shout out Mount Airy by the co-op that sells toys made of reclaimed plastic, and it's as awful as it sounds. It does sound awful. Shogun says if we were in downtown and needed to go to a toy store, this happened once. It was Magic Mouse, an actual factual local joint. That sounds cool. I need a T-shirt. Roses, was that a family run toy store? Billy Bob says I love looking at the American Girl doll in the catalogs. Yes, yes. So I was going to, what? I had a really cool thing I was going to show you, and then it got away from me. Let me see if I can dig it up. And it's not, it's not that long. Pause. Um, hold on a second. Here's another thing that I hate. I hate that YouTube is turning into this thing where you just want to look at stuff and it immediately shoots to shorts. I don't want to watch a short. Like I just want to watch my video. All right, hold on. I'm going to play this for you guys real quick, and then this isn't what I was getting at, but I think this will be interesting. Hold on. Let me prep the screen. They're not doing sound. They do not need a strike. All right, guys. I'm trying to get the screen big. So let's check out my man over here. Look at that Star Wars layout. Oh, those are cantinas, and what's he put out there? Those Death Stars. Yo, that's crazy. This is 19. I think that has to be 19. Come on, Star Wars nerds. When was all this stuff in the stores? 80? Millennium Falcon spaceship. Look at that attention to detail. Like these people actually were like literally stocking the shelves here. Millennium Falcon spaceship. I don't remember the Star Wars Falcon being so squatty. That's wild. Now to like find one of those in the box, pause, is like a holy grail. TIE Fighter 1187. Kidding. I don't remember that stuff being so cheap. I wasn't on Star Wars like that, you guys. I know I had a couple of Star Wars Christmases, but once GI Joe came out, I was a wrap. You can even get a Darth Vader's Tie Fighter. It's cheaper than the regular Tie Fighter. It's 997. That's right. Shogun says, "Wait, the Falcon was a spaceship? No, no thanks." Tell him, Jeff. Yo, Joe. Yo, the Jawa playset, the Sanford and Son junk loader. Look at those kids on those haircuts. Land of the Jawas. I did have a Jawa. All right, that's all I wanted to show. I don't want to see these kids talking. But I thought that was cool. Um, but really, the meat and potatoes of what I wanted to go to because I had to prime you. I had to prime the pump. Was I found this? Let me clear this out. Oh, and you guys are talking about that AI Toys R Us commercial. I didn't even click on it. I didn't even want to see it. Um, so we're gonna interact with this for a minute. I found you guys the Toys R Us 1987 circular. I don't know what. Oh, it says December '87. Ooh, that's a hot one. Once that showed up in the Sunday paper, you kind of took that with you into the other room and started circling things. I'm going to try to biggerize this in a second. Just let me get started here. All right, two-page view. All right, so what we're working with right here already. Hot toys for December, Christmas '87. The Nintendo Action. No, this is the Nintendo Deluxe set with Rob the Robot. 139.97. Look at my man with his gap. Already, the Sega Master System is taking a bath because Nintendo's the hot pick. And here's a little thing for all you video game nerds. I am not a Mario guy. I'm not a Mario Brothers guy because I, luckily enough, got this deluxe system for Christmas. And as you know, and they're hiding it. See, they're hiding it behind the Zapper gun. The deluxe, I mean, this set did not come with Super Mario Brothers. It came with Duck Hunt and Gyromite. So after like a day of like dicking around with this robot, you're like, yo, is there anything else? They could have threw Mario Brothers in there. So to this day, Mario Fever does not own me. I do not care about Super Mario Brothers games. So I've never played one past a couple levels. I've never beaten one. I don't have a connection to Super Mario. Also, on this, well, I gotta just make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, Rob the Robot. Yes. Yeah, the gray zapper too, because later on they turned them into the orange handles. Yeah, Bill says adjusted for inflation, that bundle was 400. 400. Yo, that's crazy. All right. So also on this, I'm manipulating this and also trying to check the chat at the same time. Also, a bubble vacuum, $13. Nobody wanted that. Fun time Barbie, you'll holla back. Ooh, JRD, you know about this? This is the Transformers Technobot gift set. I don't even know what. I don't know. Are those like Micro Masters or something? Little boppers. That meant something else. Oh, those were like shaky toys. That was before Hug Me Elmo. Let's turn the page. All right, I'm going to zoom back out so we can kind of see what's going on here. All right, so this is for you, you music nerds. You can get you a little tape recorder for 36. Um, a nondescript AM/FM Walkman cassette. Yo, look at this. Yo, I'm sure. Oh no, hold on. I turned the page back. The little skinny boombox with two cassettes. Anybody get any of this stuff? Because remember, Christmas wasn't just a video game system. You got all this other stuff that you didn't ask for. Sue says, "Hot toys are stock, not to be confused with Lover Boys, Hot Girls in Love." That does confuse people. Bill says, "Was that the Sega Master System on the left side?" Yes, sir. It was already like getting discounted. It was $99. And I'm sure there were a couple of kids who got the Sega Master System, but they wanted Nintendo. And your mom was just in the store like, here's the Nintendo. Because parents called everything Nintendo. That's how big Nintendo was. Like, no, mom, that's a Sega. I don't want that. This is trash. You shut up and you like it. That tan tape player was familiar. Yeah, that was like, and that you could probably drop that thing off a building too. Can you guys see this all right, or is it? Yeah, this is nice, and I thought the screen was too small. Also, on the right side, I'm very interested in the television. See, you have to also understand in video game world, once Nintendo dropped, all this other stuff was kind of brought back out because the Atari crash of what was it, 83 had killed the video games industry. So, and television was already around. The Atari, this is like the Atari 2600 Junior, because that's not what the original looked like. The old Vader systems, as they call it, were already onto a new model, and they couldn't give the stuff away. So when Nintendo came back out, people they were just like, "Yo, let's try to just get this stuff out the door." Also, check this out: VCR quarterback or basketball game. Tiger Lake handhelds. I know a lot of people love those. And look at this little shorty, little entertainer. That's gonna be my new rap name. Talking whiz kid microcomputer and a saxophone. Oh, Worlds of Wonder action man. There's a lot of stuff going on. Anybody want to sign in on stuff for board games? What was hot? Skittle bowling? What? Uno. I remember Uno didn't exist, and then someone created Uno. I feel like Uno was an '80s game. Oh, and this is for my man. I got to embiggen this for my man Paul Pate over here in the bottom left. NFL Super Bowl electric football, vibrating metal board, speed control for each team, ages 8.5 to adult. And look at little Minnesota Fats up here. The champ pool table. The champ is here. Look at my man. He's hustling that kid. mini pool sharks. Then we got my man with this. Yo, did anybody have any of these tabletop things in a rec room or a den in their house? Did you have like air hockey or bubble hockey or anything like that? Storytelling. Oh, Alf, Teddy Ruxpin. Worlds of Wonder was on fire. Yeah, how you guys doing it here? I got you a Nintendo. That's a can opener. Yeah, Duke says I absolutely had one of the Alfie robots. Greg says, yeah, the double cassette boombox was the shit. Used to blast Glass Tiger or Salt and Pepper. Cover. Oh, that was a horrible cover. That's so funny. Shogun says, what the heck are those copper top things in the corner? What do you mean, batteries? I missed it. Hold on. What are you talking about, Shogun? Yeah, those are batteries, my friend. That's so funny. All right, let's move along. Uh-oh, we're getting the girl world. What's going on in Girl Town? Heart and Family. Let's check this out. And I don't, is Nakota's not here. Suze, did you have any of this stuff? Look, what's going on? Now, there were other things besides Barbie. They had like knockoff Barbie stuff, right? So we look at this. Mattel, my first Barbie, you got to start somewhere. Barbie House Party, and then you had this like bootleg stuff, right? The Hart family with the black people. Oh no, that's a nice setup. This stuff was pretty cheap. A Barbie was $8. Doll sports car, hot tub patio set. Barbie's Glamour Home, $70. I remember somebody's. This I can't. I have this recollection of somebody. It wasn't us. Had daughters, and I remember their dad was up like for 2 nights trying to put together this Barbie townhouse, and it was just like a pain in the butt. Oh, My Little Pony dropped. Shout out to the bronies out there. My Little Pony purse, creepy dolls, pom poms. Hold on, my thing is wigging out. Pause. All right, we're almost done, you guys. I want to check the chat. Bill says there was a battleship and then the Hino electronic battleship. Yo, baby pool tables. Yo, are you kidding? Did you see my man was getting hustled for his lunch tickets? Yo, 8 ball in a quarter pocket. Yo, I'm calling my moms. So nobody had table games, not like Karum or anything like that. Oh wow, the chat just blew up. Hold on. Duke said you had a friend that had a pool table in his garage. Yeah, that's straight recreation. Yo, Paul Pate says my sister had a set of dolls, the Sweat Hogs from Welcome Back Kotter. I remember though they had Mego dolls. The whole clan. I don't think they had Julie though. Cotter's wife. Duke says Dakota remembers a glowworm and a talking WizKid computer. Yeah. See, why tell Baroness to just come in here. Greg says we had a ping pong table. That's cool. Kids have ping pong tables now, but they don't play ping pong anymore. Sue says with the reality check, Peggy didn't spend money on toy shows. We had basketballs, board games, deck of cards. My sister got some Barbies for Christmas only. I like that deck of cards. I'm sure there's a lot of people who played cards just to pass the time. Yo, here's some body shaming toys. Hasbro, get in shape, girl. Rhythmic routine. Yo, they got the hoop and the tassels and the what do you call those things? The freedom ribbons. Pep rally set comes with a baton and 2 pom poms. Libby Lee play makeup 30-piece set, $10. That's a nice little thing to give your kid a complex. Sweet secrets. Yo, I remember this. The Sweet Secrets were like girl transformers. They were like for little kids. I think it was like a wristwatch, and then you like press a button and like a little mirror came out or a little doll came out. Talking Jill doll. That is not creepy at all. My Child Apricot stroller. If you guys, because I know half of the people in here are dudes, but if you had sisters, did they have any of this stuff? And what about the baby doll? Where it's like you got the baby doll, and now you need a stroller so your sister can stroll this baby doll all over the neighborhood. Oh, bikes, yes. Yo, my man had Jeffrey got the battery powered Suzuki Quad Racer 160. You can even even buy hazards. There's a stop sign and a traffic signal. Scooter. I don't remember scooters back then. They weren't, but some of these bikes are sweet. Oh wow, a spring horse, radio flyer wagon. This is a little older. I was trying to find a 80 or like a late 70s circular because they'd have like big wheels or green machines in it. Where you ride them and then you hit the joint and you spin out. How cool is that? All right, see what else is here. Oh, activities. Ugh. All right, let me check the chat. JRD, why are you giving debate check-ins? Nobody wants to do that. Sue says, I did have a light bright, yes. Correct. The Hasbro eating disorder collection. The oh, you have a pretty face collection. Matt, no. Yes, Duke says some of my favorite childhood memories are playing board games as a family out on the patio. Yeah. Books. Duke says my sister had a handful of Barbies, but she liked My Little Pony and Rainbow Bright. Rainbow Bright was dope. And also I remember Rainbow Bright. They all smelled good, right? No, I'm thinking of Strawberry Shortcake. Yes. That was Strawberry Shortcake. Because they all smelled really good. Susan's triggered. Paul Pate, the age-old story. My sister took good care of her toys. I wrecked all mine and some of hers. Where you like blowing them up and like light their faces on fire. Bill says there was a kid on my street who had a go Power Wheels. We all wanted to be his best friend. Nobody stole it from him. And how did you charge the Power Wheels battery? All right, I'm going back in, you guys. We're almost done. So let's see what else we could get for the creative kid in your a Jack in the Box. Wow, they actually made those. Let's see what else. And it's funny, this isn't filled with Lego. Wow, this is a Technique Lego battery run train set over here on the bottom left. Crazy bows, creepy dollies. Oh, a crayon set. That'd been nice. Look at that Crayola crayon case. $8. Your moms can't get you that. They're not trying. Play-Doh with the Ghostbusters Play-Doh. But seems a little off because I guess it was Ghostbusters too. Little Lion Rider pause. All right, let's see what else is here. We're almost done, guys. Oh, here we go. Weapons. Yo, Bionic 6, Motu. Look at this, you guys. Masters of the Universe, 86 figures, 296. I don't remember He-Man figures being that cheap. I always thought there were more than that. There's some WWF figures. Those stretch figures are weird. Oh, just managers. You get Classy Freddy Blassie and Mr. Fuji for $7. Thundercats. See, Thundercats were $12. Supernaturals, Karate Kid, Cannery Challenge set, Ghostbusters, Silverhawks. Yo, Silverhawks are real hot right now. And let's get over here to the real star of this, weapons. You can get an Aquatech Patrol. Um, is that a laser tag thing, or is that just like a straight Uzi water gun? I remember those real looking weapons that were water guns, and they got what were they, a VTech, and they got outlawed. Racetracks, Mad Scientist Monster Lab for you GAC kids, roller skates with four wheels. And this is for like you probably had to have the kind of dad, almost like people who love baseball probably got into baseball because their parents liked this stuff. I think you need that kind of dad who's going to be like, yo, we're going to get this racetrack and set that up in the basement because you have to be on that track to be in the model railroad trains, RC cars too. I think that's kind of like a shared thing. Model kits, telescope. I'm surprised they even sold telescopes at the toy store. And this is it, you guys. RCs. Anybody have RC cars? Oh, where did this come from? Quail Springs and the Crossroads, one block east of Route 35. Well, anyway, I thought that was fun. I'm glad we shared that moment. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's right. Don't forget to grab Timmy a Uzi. Duke says, yeah, strawberry shortcake had all the smells like thing ones. I think she had one of those, but definitely wasn't a heavy hitter. Um, Paul Pate says, my older brother would make go karts with lawnmower motors and 2x4s. What? I was his test driver, made for some good memories and probably some scars. Matt, you had the Uzi water gun? Yeah, did you see that? No Legos. That's very telling. That whole ad had no Legos in it. Maybe the fact that Legos were never on sale. I don't think Legos have ever been on sale. Shogun says, "Yo, my dad had that RC car, the Nico Dictator." Pause. Yeah, they only had two Lego sets. Like now, the whole thing would be full of Legos. And maybe to that point, does anybody remember the anti-Legos Playmobil? Playmobil was like rich kid toys, and then, I mean, I guess they were just play sets because you couldn't really do anything with them, but they were really impressive. Like I remember at some of the Egghead. Did you ever go to the Egghead toy store, like Zany Brainy or like FAO Swartz? And the Playmobil, I remember they had like these giant, like pirate ships. I don't even, Playmobil was like, that was expensive back then. Anybody at Playmobil back when they were growing up? I remember I had a couple of things. Playmobil was always the educational toy stores. I called it the egghead store. Sue says Legos are on sale right now at Target, according to YouTube. Well, I stand corrected, but I just always marvel at how expensive Legos are, and people kind of like, well, yeah. So it's like a necessary evil, I guess. Paul Pate says, no lie, I got a 12 gauge shotgun for my 7th birthday. I shot it once and have hated guns ever since. Life in North Texas. Yeah, fact. That's also a big rite of passage. Oh, we're talking about the debate night, where especially if you're rural and you get guns for your birthday, that's like a rite of passage. You get, that wasn't me. That's not my lifestyle, but I know a lot of people who grew up. When you turn 12, you get a rifle, and when you're 15, you get your first whatever with a holster. Oh, Duplo. That was for like the little tiny kids. That was Lego, but that they were just like really big blocks, just for tiny fingers. Shogun says, I think I had a Playmobil set. Doorbell, heck yeah, you could drop those off a bridge. Greg's in here working, doing crowd work, Legoland and Plymouth Meeting Balls. Yeah, that's right. Don't we know anything about our gun etiquette? You start them off with a 22. That's so great. Um, but Tinker Toys, yeah, I kind of remember those. That's like where the things that you could kind of like connect them and make like Rube Goldberg contraptions, right? Yes, Connects or Bionicles. Well, Bionicle, that was the Legos, right? But Connects were the same kind of thing. Um, I like educational toys, and I feel bad for kids who just got educational toys and never had like real toys. Here you go, kid. Learn about the stratosphere. But I still want a Nintendo. Um, Also, I remember when Nintendo was getting like out of hand, and they started selling things like you could buy a combination lock for a Nintendo that would fit into the cartridge slot like a chastity belt. So you couldn't play until your dad like put the combo in and took it out. Yeah, he said a Rector set pause. Come on, you guys. I never should have taught y'all. Yo, you're crazy in here. So, before we run out of time, we have stuff to do. First off, I need to know, did you enjoy our look through the Toys R Us 1987 December circular? I hope so. And also know that what we shared, you guys, was a snippet of our childhood, a moment in time that is not here now. You did learn that, John, from me. Yes, the homework first, Nintendo lot. I think I owe one of my cousins a apology. I think I got my uncle to buy one of those for my cousin because she was messing up in school because she wouldn't stop playing Nintendo. Like, get her this. I think she hates me. Yeah, that was fun. Also, you kind of forget, like, there's always like major toys. And then there was just the other stuff that your mom's put in a crate and put in a cart. And you're like, you could have just not got me this. But also, you can't forget stocking stuffers. Usually stocking stuffers, and for whatever pagan holiday you participate in. Usually stocking stuffers with batteries. If you need batteries, it may be like, I don't know, like a Tiger handheld or whatever. I know some people will get like candy and stuff. I never got candy in my stocking, but um, I was just thinking about Kind of how like it's not like that now. Like I don't first again we're us Gen Xers are stuck on physical stuff. And it's just like, oh, stuff in a catalog, like the Wish book. We've talked about this stuff a million times. The J.C. Penney book, all that stuff was just like eye candy. And now I don't know how I don't know how kids operate now. And for you guys with kids, do you even bother? It's like I know a lot of families and go, "Oh, what'd you get? How are the kids' Christmas?" I don't know. I just gave them money. Like, does that translate? Greg says my 5-year-old loves toys. Yes. Ah, a man of culture. Good to hear that. Bill says mom knew how to do the Nintendo lock, aka taking the spade lock or RO converter for the Nintendo. Eventually just took the power cord. Yo, my mom took the whole Atari for me and put it in a milk crate and was like, you touch this is over. It's a wrap. I'm like, she took the whole joy. But yeah, did any of you guys have to have like parental controls for your after school video game playing or maybe your own punishment? Like you can have the Nintendo in the living room, but I'm taking the controllers, and you can't have the controller until you take out the trash. Shogun says, "We got a Nintendo. I'm not going to pretend it wasn't as much for my dad as me." And that pretty much obliterated the memory of any other gift I got for. Yeah, there was like, there's nothing. There was nothing else in that window. Greg's is Hot Wheels. Anytime we go to Acme, I have to buy my little dude a Hot Wheels car by the farm and say, "Yo, those are memories that will last a lifetime." And Greg, I'm sorry. I feel like I have contributed to the kids. The kids love of tiny cars. Billy Bob, you disappeared for half the session. Never had that issue, but my mom took my brother's PSP all the time. But we know where she hid it. It's all like hot. The worst was throwing out the multiple boxes of Magic cards. Oh, I never got into Magic. I was a D&D nerd, but yo, that you could have been rich, yo. All right, before we run out of time, Sue's report to the dance floor. We got a Sue's pose before we get out of here. Thank you. It was nice to hear that, Billy Bob. Just drawing. Glad that your creative juices are being uh, met. Paul Page says, dude, my daughter draws so much paper was piling up and up. So when the pandemic rolled up, I got her an iPad. Nice. She still likes to build things though, not so much paper. Huh. Shogun says, never had games taken away, but I went to my grandparents after school for a long time and they had a black and white TV with a slider controller until the mid 90s. Wow. Yeah, there's something really nostalgic about a black and white TV. Sue's, no parking on the dance floor. Guys, it's that time in the program where we're almost at party and sweet sorrow time, but we have a pose to Sue's. We have a Sue's to pose. Guys, get your get your elbows ready. We're about to dip. I put my hand upon your hip, then I dip, you dip, we dip. I have to stop holding my breath when I do that pause. Yo, that was great. Sue's pose. Thank you so much, Suze. Thank you for being a good sport. Thank you for allowing me to put you in important people on the thing. Yeah, that was a good one, right? All right, guys, I'm gonna start wrapping it up. But before I wrap up, I got to do my thing. You know what my thing is, you guys. The year is melting away. It's almost July. Speaking of July, where's Julian? It's his month. We have to celebrate Julian Lytle. Um, but I would be remiss if I was post perfection. don't don't blow out your quads doing a Sue's pose. We're almost at the golden hour, you guys. Medic. October 1st, the world as you know it will change. And, not even talk about the debate, that's the month after. But before that, you have one piece of homework. That's to secure Leon, worst friends forever. You see me talk about this every fortnight. At this point, none of you should be like, oh, you have another book coming out? Yes. Yes. I want to tell you, I feel like this book is some of my best work. The stories that I'm putting in these books with these young people, they're paying off two, three, fourfold. I have like little kids sending me fan mail. I got a email from some kid's mom pause just a couple of nights ago and said, we met you at a thing and my kid will not put this book down. He says, Mom, when's the next one? So I had to email you, even though I know when the next one comes out. He says, Mom, I want to be the first kid to get Leon Worst Friends Forever. My heart. Are you kidding me? We're changing the world, you guys. If you have children and you do not have Leon in your home, what are you doing? I mean, beyond me being, full of life and verve and, being pretty good with words, I also am a pretty decent cartoonist and I know how to tell a story. Greg knows that. I know how to tell a story. What are you doing? Oh, I like comics, but I don't like kid stuff. I almost want to say this isn't kid stuff for you Leon fans out there. You tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm covering a lot of bases, y'all. And if you're not a kid, which everybody watching this probably isn't, this pulls you right back into when you were a kid, and you go, "Holy crap! I remember feeling like that." Oh wow, my kid's going through the same thing. I forgot what that felt like. That's what these books do. I can't implore you enough to pre-order this. I almost feel like I'm speaking to the choir. I'm sure you guys have all pre-ordered it. Thank you so much for your support. Pre-order it again. Tell them, Suze. Give it to the shorties down the street. You know how people always kind of talk about, oh, can you like do a review for my thing on Amazon to help the algorithm? The new hotness is pre-order. So please tell Scholastic that Leon is what's up because you pre-ordered it. Speak with your dollars. Thank you so much. October 1st, Leon Worst Friends Forever. We're going on tour, y'all. I'm coming to your town like the monkeys. It's real. Some of you guys know me for a long time and go, oh, JN's always been on that thing. Pause. I've always been a storyteller. I've always been making this carousel go around, and now the world gets to see it. Thank you so much. I'm crying. You're crying. 10-1, not 10-4, good buddy. Yeah, Suze, tell him. Thank you. Duke says, our kiddo pulls his lid off the shelf at least once a week and repeats a guess. Suze is checking out. Good night, Suze. We're almost done. Thank you guys so much for all of this. Guys, also in Patreon land, this is the end of June All Access Month. Because now Patreon's free. So if you're interested in joining my Patreon, you can just sign up without a tier. Like no tears. You can sign up to see what's going on there. I had some free programming for the month of June. We're going back to the old way in July, but they just unlocked a whole bunch of new things. There's a new thing called Drops, and the Drop is kind of like doing a live stream out of the Patreon platform. I might do an Ashy stream with it. Billy Bob, where you at? A lot of you cats, you're gonna love the Patreon. I don't know what else to tell you. Get in on that. Pause. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we want to wrap this up. Thank you so much. Paul Pate, come on, bro. Don't give one specific girl your money. That's hard. That's hard to track. Your wife's like, Bob's like, hey, yo. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Let's say those goodbyes, y'all. Say goodnight, John Boy. This was fantastic. I miss you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed going back into the Wayback Machine with me and revisiting the 80s. Tell them, dude. Good night, John Boy. Thank you so much. Let's do the thing. You've been watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. Guys, we had a fantastic time. We saw Star Wars Kenner TIE Fighters for $11. They didn't call it troop building back then, but if they were $10 TIE Fighters now, they'd be sold out. You'd have like 90 of them hanging from the ceiling in your basement. But alas, we now live in 2024, and the Earth's crust is cracking right underneath our feet. But before all that happens, let's celebrate us. Give people your flowers while they can still smell them. Let's enjoy ourselves and make the best of every day we get. What happened here tonight? Oh, I didn't do my things. I go by many names. PM John, Paper John, John Cena. Yeah, what happened to Ronaldo? He got quiet the rest of the episode. He's probably watching the debate. And the administrator of this facility, the captain of this ship, Jean-Luc Picard. There are 4 Johns. What happened here tonight? You got to hang out with your boy JN, cartoonist in good standing, and you watched me drink. Oh wow! Hold up, not out of coffee. Wow, look at that! It actually worked in reverse this time. You watched me drink coffee, thanks PM Dubs, and run my mouth. Now I'm out of coffee. I think, did we see Trey the other night? Video over. Be good to each other. We'll see you next fortnight. Rich!